and Banter Podcast. Brews and Banter Podcast. What up? Welcome to Brews and Banter Podcast. I'm your host, Rob G. And with me, as always, is the legendary Brew Crew. What up, fellas?
I was reading this weekend. Mama. Nah, it doesn't taste like dirt. My name is Lou Belgium, ladies and gentlemen. I'm wondering,
does Delaware have an actual culture? This is the podcast that we talk about beer, but we also talk about a lot of things that's happening in the world, politics, movies, anything really that comes to our mind while we're here sampling these brews. Grab a drink and pull up a chair.
Ooh, we love you, Brews and Banter Podcast.
that's a word right there, baby. Let's go. Officially 4 days away if you're looking at this live. 4 days away.
It's upon us. I mean, I did one fantasy football draft. I got another one coming up this evening, actually, tonight. This morning.
Yeah, I did one this afternoon. I got one tomorrow.
All right.
I'm too old for. I can only do two.
Yeah, that's all I got in me. Two now. I think I did 3 years ago, but I was like, that was too much. I couldn't remember. I forgot how somebody was injured. I didn't take him out. Then terrible.
Yeah, it was like a part-time job back then. Like, I don't need a part-time job.
Yeah. What up? Welcome to Brewing Banter Podcast, where the topic is the rocking and the brew. Well, that be the fuel. And I'm your host, Rob G. And with me, as always, the legendary Brew Crew. What's going on, Lou?
How you guys doing out there? I'm good.
Got our matching reds on.
Yeah.
If you're watching it, this was not planned.
Not playing. I haven't talked to him in 3 days.
But we are here again for episode 216 of Brewing Banter Podcast. 216. That's a lot. That's a lot of podcasts.
We're doing some things out here. Don't ever forget though. It's more than 216. We have more than 216 in the feed. We've been on here for a long time.
That is true. It's probably like closer to 230 something, but there's some specials in there, and
of course
that we didn't name episodes, or I didn't name episodes, or whatever.
Mm-hmm. I never know why you didn't do that. Just count
because they were in the flow of, especially when we first started, they weren't in the flow of how we actually did the pod. Now they probably all can be called Brews and Banter because they're all a little.
Every episode is unique. I know where you were going with that. Right. Be all over the place.
But like I said, it is 216, and we do have a great guest with us this afternoon, this morning, this evening, whenever you're looking at it, watching or listening on these airwaves or these earwaves.
I would say earwaves. It's fine.
Earwaves.
They know. Yeah. They know. I feel like it's still airwaves though. It's still airwaves.
Right. It's all the same.
All airwaves, yeah.
But we do have from Black Beauty Brewery out of the DMV. I guess it'll tell us a little more about it. We have Sheldon. We want to bring him to the podcast.
Welcome, sir.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate you.
Thank you for joining us this afternoon, this morning, this evening. I feel like I always gotta say it, even though
when you're talking to him, you don't. You could just tell him this evening. Thanks for joining us this evening, Tony.
That is true, but I think it's natural when I say.
Yeah, you say that to the people when you talking to the guests. Talk on their time.
Right, it is the same time. Welcome this evening to the podcast. But before we get into it, we always like to know what people are drinking on, if they are drinking on something. So, what are we drinking today? We always start with our guests. So, Sheldon, are you drinking something today?
I can. So what I will be, I guess, pouring up in a little bit would be my white chocolate dream.
All right.
Okay.
Blonde stout. All right. So give me a second.
All right. And while he's doing that, Lou,
what you drinking? I am drinking on, first of all, thanks to Crackham at Barrel and Flow. He said he had a beer for me on Saturday. On Sunday, he provided the beer. Here's the beer today. It's called I think it's from the brewery's called the Little Spanish Marie. They're out of Florida.
Spanish Marie. Yeah.
Yep, out of Miami, Florida. The name of the beer is called So Long, Lover Boy, and it look a little Betty Boopish, Corella Deville-ish. You see the, you know what I mean? Looking
And also,
in the mirror.
what's the other lady name? The
Betty
actress
Boop.
and
Not Corella Deville. That's what I meant when I said Corella Deville. I meant her. Yeah, the lady from Little Mermaid, the chick from Little Mermaid. Yep. But yeah, that's
I
what
just seen the movie.
and a little Marilyn Monroe with the hair. I guess you could go with that. But it's a sour. The sour flavors are sour blackberry, pomegranate ice cream, lemon lime soda, and ginger. And it's 5% alcohol by volume. And let me tell you what, it has everything that they say is in here. It is the sweetest, most Kool-Aidiest. This tastes like alcoholic Kool-Aid. That Kool-Aid that Josh had, that Yoda had last week on the podcast. This is sugarier than this. This is delicious, man. Yeah, pass me another. I'll take another. Yeah, y'all doing great things out here, and it's in my little Irie jungle. I wanted to keep with Miami theme, so I got my little Irie jungle glass, and you saw it. It's colorful and delicious.
I got Ursula is the.
I was to say that. Yes.
Thank you. That's oh man,
it was bothering me.
Yeah, me too.
I was like, I just saw the movie months ago.
Right.
All right. And we'll,
back to you, Sheldon. Back to you.
Yeah, well, back to you.
Okay.
On what you drinking on?
Oh, yeah, my white chocolate dream blonde stout right here. So this is the second beer that I had come out this past February. And it's currently out in circulation right now. And I'm about to start having it be a seasonal beer instead of out during like the warm weather and everything. I basically teased and spoiled everybody this year having both of my styles out, my blood orange saison and my white chocolate dream blonde stout during the same time. But just gotta get feelers for it through the whole society. But now white chocolate dream is going to be available during like the fall and the winter, then the blood orange during spring and summer.
Okay. And what's the ABV on your blonde stout?
Surprisingly, it's not high. It's only 4.8.
Okay,
so it's
wow.
So really drinkable.
It's not heavy, so it's kind of drinkable all year.
Yeah. All year round, yeah. And it doesn't look it.
That season is all seasons.
That's why I agree. That's what I was about to say. Sheldon, you do your own business plan, but stout season's all season, especially when you got a blonde stout at 4.8. That sounds beautiful.
Yeah, it's very crushable. It'll sneak up on you though.
I believe it. I feel like all stouts sneak up on you. What you said it. What other flavors besides the chocolate are in it?
So I've gotten feedback from a bunch of other people saying that they taste like a creamsicle flavor in there, or what's it called? A creamsicle, and it tastes some kind of like buttery taste, but that's normal because white chocolate normally is kind of buttery. But it's not overpowering. It's like when you drink it, it's like there's chocolate in here, but it's not like, oh shoot, I'm gonna get slapped in the face with a whole bunch of chocolate. It's subtle enough to be like, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and get some more, like give you a little taste and give you just one, like another can or a whole 6-pack of it. But what else? Yeah, the cocoa nibs are in there, and it's lactose free. I made sure that that's the reason why it's not a heavy stout. It's a pretty light stout, as you can see when I showed you, which is very rare. Same thing for a blonde stout, because every time I bring those out, they're like, what is a blonde stout? I mean, it's a blonde colored stout. It's not heavy, it's free. I mean, it's pretty sugary, not sugary. It's pretty sweet, but it's not overpowering. And when they try it, like, oh, snap. I never had this before. I know. I make sure all my beer style flavoring, they're different. I don't want to be confined to some kind of bubble. Like, no offense to anyone who does this. I don't want to make another hazy IPA or IPA and just put it out there. I'm not firing any shots. I just want to be different.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Gotcha. Respect. I can't wait to delve more into your wanting to be different and no shots fired.
I know shots fired.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. Rob, what you drinking on, brother?
Interestingly enough, I am drinking on a West Coast IPA. No, but this is actually from it's called Leimert Park Sun. It's a West Coast IPA from Crowns and Hop out of Inglewood, California. There it is, Leimert Park Sun. Crowns and Hop. There it is, Crowns and Hop Brewing. It is a 6.8 percent ABV. And it's pretty. I'm not a huge West Coast IPA fan, but this is not super bitter, so it's not a real hop bomb. So it's actually light and enjoyable, and even though it is 6.8, which can, if you drink too many, you'd be like, oh, it's 6.8. But it's real. It's actually delightful. It's not a lot of like I said, not really hop forward. It's a really well balanced West Coast IPA, but I don't know. Some people might be a little mad because it's not super clear. There's a little haziness on there. But so people might be like, that's how they're gonna get you because it's not super like see through, but it's see through enough. It's not like a hazy IPA. But I mean, I've had it before, and I'm drinking it again here today on the podcast. There it is. So shout out to Crown and Hops. I'm gonna say, pass me another one. And at that, it's cheers.
For sure.
I didn't even drink when I said cheers. All right, so everybody has their drink of choice. So we want to get into the conversation and know more about you, Sheldon, and as well as Black Beauty Brewing. So let's start there. Let's start with Sheldon. Like, what was your first introduction to beer and in general? Like, how did you say hey? Because if you look around, you don't see a lot of. Nowadays, I see more and more because I've been in the space for a while. But at one point, it was like, hey, it was just me at the tap room. So how did you get into a beer in general, craft beer in general?
I mean, college, but yeah. But in regards to like on the serious side, not until I want to say 2020. Yeah. So I lost my job back in February 2020. And then I started to go to a liquor store down the street from me, I guess pretty frequently, just getting random mix and match craft beer packs.
Okay.
And my wife noticed, it's like, you are buying a whole bunch of beer. You might as well start making it. And I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. And I started buying a whole bunch of random kits and started making random recipes. One time I made mead. I realized I'm not good at that. It messed me up all the way. And then after a while, I was getting good at it. She knows, like, okay, you're getting good at making your beer, and you might as well make a business out of it. I'm like, all right, I'll do that. So basically, my wife has been my muse for my company. Even for like the name, like I'm pretty Afrocentric, and I believe Black is beautiful, and I believe my wife is beautiful, and so I came with a Black Beauty Brewery. I made sure that my logo wasn't a black horse because I'm not trying to get sued.
Right, because I was about to say, I'm sure a lot of people are like, I thought you love horses.
Yeah. I just thought that though. Like I always thought it was black. Like I thought it was like black people centric until you just said didn't want to get. So I forgot all about that damn horse. Go ahead, continue.
What's it called? But yeah, like with my label and my logos, like it's like feathers and birds. I got this thing for birds. I just love birds a lot.
Me too, man. Me too.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so I had to incorporate that with my label and my just my business in general. Because one logo is of a raven, and it has the it's the Afro-American colors around it. And then I have my other logo. It's right here. It's a golden eagle. Basically, all my colors are just black, green, and red. So, yeah.
Okay. That's yeah. So once you see the logo and get the definition, you don't no longer think about the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's over.
But I'm sure you had got. I'm sure. I don't know. Did you get a lot of questions like, "Yo, you must really love horse movies or horses"?
I got that like 3 times.
Okay.
That's it. Now,
Yeah, I feel like once you see the logo, it's like, oh no, this has nothing to do with that horse over there.
Yeah, I would like.
I hope nobody likes that horse that much. Ugh.
You'd be surprised.
Yeah, I was about to say they probably do.
It's a movie.
People love their horse, and people love their horses. They definitely do.
When I was googling my current company's name just to make sure no one else had it, I found like this wine company. They have like some kind of Black Beauty wine, the actual black horse on it. And I'm like, oh well, y'all got that.
Yep. They are paying them copyrights.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was going to say something else. I'm sure there's a way around it, or maybe not. Maybe they're not. If it's not the brand, it's just one of the name of the liquor. Maybe you can get away with it. I don't know how it works.
I don't think they trademarked it. I think that's how they're getting away with it.
True. Yeah. There you go. Okay. So I guess you said in college, but you really got interested into it when you started getting in 20. So only like 3 years ago. So it's pretty fresh. Like you was like, so that's a big leap. Like that's like I'm like, yeah, I'm drinking a lot of beer. So what you make beer? That just seemed like a conversation.
Right, like slow down for a minute. Like 2020, you go to the beer shop, you start buying all these combination packs. How long have you been buying these packs before your wife is like, stop, buy some kits? Because 2020 February is like COVID is in China, but we still like minding our business like we are now. So like you got laid off before COVID for real. Like you didn't even have COVID didn't even say like you can't even say that. You got you got a better blessing, I guess.
Yeah, it was like literally like a week before everything hit us. And I'm like, well, all right, well look at that.
Yeah.
So I want to say after that, maybe like March, it might have been a month and a half or 2 months.
You was buying a lot of beer, man.
Don't judge me.
I'm not judging you. I'm just saying a month worth of beer to buy it, and your wife is like, stop.
Look,
make this, man. Like, you may have another talent that we don't know as far as you may be a producer, not a consumer.
Well, I'm curious. What was the question? So, what was there a beer or a beer style that you said when she said it? You was like, you know what? That's a good idea. You know what? I think I can do this.
So I wasn't focused on one style. I was trying many styles. Like when I was buying the packs, I would get IPAs, New England IPAs, West Coast hazy, stout, barrel aged stout. That's the one style I could not do. Outside of making it, drinking it wise, I'm not built for it. And what else? I haven't bought during this time. I didn't buy a saison. My first time trying a saison when I first made it. And what's it called? What else? What other ones? That sour. Have to be a particular day for me to drink a sour.
You gotta be in the mood for it, yeah.
Sour Sundays.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. Why had you never? What made you want to make the saison, knowing that you had never tried one before?
That's the thing. I didn't know where to even find one, so I'm like, I might as well make it.
Yeah.
I was just going through different kits, and then I was just in my notebook, which I still have, just writing random recipes together. I'm like, that's when me thinking like, I just want to be different. Let me try to make a blood orange saison. I was experimenting with different purees and everything too. Like right now, I have a blueberry puree sitting on my kegerator, just waiting for me to make something with it.
So it was always blood orange from the beginning.
For the saison, yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
It was just a whole bunch of trial and error trying to make it the way that I wanted to do it. First doing an extract, and then once I got the extract part down, I moved over to the puree and I stayed with the puree part.
Gotcha.
Which is pretty cool because I had tasted this saison at the at Barrel and Flow.
Me too.
You had the barrel. You had that
Yep,
there, correct?
I did.
Because I know I tasted it. I'm not really a big fan of saisons, but I enjoy it. Because normally it's like, that's grass.
They are earthy. They definitely are a little bit more the earthier beers, but not grass though. Wow.
Grass, dirt, it's
Earth. It's all the same.
all right. but I did not get that reaction when I tasted it. I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
It's delicious. So I actually I enjoyed it, which is one of the reasons I was like, yo, we got to have Black Beauty on, because I really enjoyed the pour that they had at the festival. So I was like, yeah, we got to make sure that
I would like to categorize saisons as a more fresher tasting beer instead of earthy or dirty. I even want to say earthy, but not dirt on the dirt side, like fresh. Yeah, they feel like they have more of the fresher ingredients in them most of the times when you taste those.
But saisons fall into like the farmhouse ale categories, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and when you put farmhouse in anything, what you thinking of? You thinking of manure,
freshness. I'm thinking fresh. It's fresh. I'm not thinking of manure though. I don't want to drink manure. I'm never going to drink that unless it smells like manure. Unless it smells funky.
Well, I think that one of the things is because it has a little funk to it. Normally, a little funkified on there.
I don't remember smelling no manure in Sheldon's beer though.
No, I'm not saying.
It wasn't no farmhouse funk in that.
I've had other saisons where I was like, funkified.
This farmhouse is funky.
I just heard the brat in my head. But the blood orange, maybe it's the blood orange that gives it a more
probably.
It's like the sweetness that kind of masks some of the.
I got a question. I always wonder how people come about like the fruit that they pick. Like you're so specific with the blood orange. Like was it? And you said it always was blood orange. Why not just a navel orange or a clementine or a regular orange? What made you say I'm gonna be so specific with blood orange particularly?
Particularly like the name and the way it looks.
All right.
It looked a lot different than like a regular orange. It's just blah. I'm like, you know what? Let me get a little spicy with it. Let me put blood orange in there and see how this comes out.
Word.
Haven't looked back.
I ain't mad at that.
I'm still fascinated about your wife said you should start brewing it, because had you ever talked about ever before this?
Yeah, like what is going on? Like, how much beer did you? I'm not judging. How much did she know that? Like, was she trying to change your pattern? Maybe she saw like he's leading down a path. Maybe we're gonna make him more creative instead of more couch potato. Like, it's just amazing. A month.
Shout out to your wife, though.
Yes, she's wonderful. Does she like beer? Does your wife like beer?
She's ever since I started making it. Yeah, she's been in it. Yeah, she's been liking it more. That's what like she likes the sours more than anything. Yeah, like like when
she would like this.
So when I go to buy a different beer, like the 6-packs of the random stuff, which I still do now, just so I can think of new ideas. She likes to try it, something that actually pique her interest, and she doesn't. She's like, "Nope, you can take it." I'm like, "That's fine with me." But there was one that tasted like a mimosa. It was just like straight orange juice and liquor, and yeah, she loved that one. It's in my Untapped. I don't know the name of it, but she loved that joint.
It's still so fascinating, maybe.
We're gonna get further along, we promise, Sheldon. But we got I'm with you, Rob. Like, these first 30 days are crazy.
Yeah,
it was pretty rough.
Well, not even that, but just like,
it sounds amazing. I'm sorry that it was rough for you. It sounds great to me. Like, the sense of purpose, you know what I mean? Like how everything just changed from like I lost my job, I may be a little depressed, buying a lot of beer, to like, oh, I'm going to make not just one style. I'm gonna just try to make as many styles as possible until I find it. When So let's just move on a little bit further. When you were buying all these kits, making all these different styles, when did it become, oh, I have something here. I have the blood orange, I have the blonde stout. I'm gonna start Black Beauty and be a company.
So I started selling like my homebrew on the sides because people were they loved it. But then at the same time, like even after I made the company, I was entering homebrew competitions, and I won like first prizes, third prizes, never second prize, but I never understood that.
I mean, the chop. Okay.
Right. That's funny.
And the main ones that I entered was my saison. That's the first beer that had come out officially. That was October of last year.
Okay.
And with my chocolate, I didn't enter that one in any competitions. I just had this one come out second because people loved it too. It was like the people's favorite.
So, but what? So, I guess in terms of feedback, that was the one that got them. Because I guess if you were trying a lot of different styles, was that the second? Was that the one that got the second most got the most positive feedback? Like, hey, then yeah, maybe I'm gonna go with this one next. Okay, all right. Well, that makes sense in terms of gotta listen to the public, the people.
Absolutely,
yeah,
sure.
I knew a lot of them before.
But speaking of that, is there one that you're like, I wish they would have liked this one. I would have rather put this one out first. Or you don't have to tell us what it is. You could just say yes or no. But is there a style that you can't wait to put out that you wish you would put out first or second?
Yeah. Ironically, it was an IPA.
Wow.
But more than likely, I probably will as like a collab, probably next year. But stay tuned.
All right. So I'm always interested in terms of like, especially when people start brands and stuff like that. So is it the thought just to keep it like in terms of distribution, where like it just you can find it and stuff, but you have no like some people want to own a brick and mortar where people can come to the tap room, or is yours is most about production and getting it out to the people? Like, well, what is your thoughts in terms of, or long-term plans for Black Beauty?
So my long-term plans is to basically, you said before, it was just to get the beer out in distribution to different states. That's my main goal. Brick and mortar, I'm not too sure about that, to be honest with you. But yeah, right now it's just distribution to different states. Right now I'm in stores between Maryland and DC. I just got my Virginia license, so I'm just trying to find time to actually go down there to talk to them. And I printed out the Delaware one. I'm still reading through it. It's a little difficult. I don't understand why, but
we hear that a lot.
It's like 50 pages of information, and I had to go through all that again just to make sure I didn't mess anything up.
Yeah, we gotta talk to our politicians. Like, yo, what y'all doing over here with these licenses? Crazy.
And you talk to Biden.
Yeah. Our guild, our Brewers Guild, what y'all doing? Let's get these things reduced. I don't know. Let's get it popping. That's it. Okay. And because that's not the first thing, but yeah, not having a brick and mortar is not on everybody. Because I think Sean from Black Viking, I think he said the same thing. It was more about production and not worrying about brick and mortars and stuff like that. So sometimes that's just another can of worms when you have a brick and mortar. So it's a whole lot of other things you got to worry about once you have.
Yeah,
that's to do that. Just drink my beer anywhere you are. You don't have to bring in my tap room. I get it. Well, I had my other question and I lost it. Oh well.
When you say you have your license in Virginia, does that mean like you can, as long as you find a deal, you can distribute your beer throughout the whole state?
Yeah, because I have my wholesaler permit for Maryland, and I applied for my Virginia solicitor's permit, and I got that. So that lets me go down there to talk to different stores and everything to see if they want to sell my beer.
Okay.
So that's all I needed. I just got to renew it every year.
Right. So that's also with restaurants as well, or just
Yeah.
stores. So okay.
Both. I just had to. Cause I
And
can do all that distributing myself.
and as you expand, that's pretty much what you want to do. Just be able to go to stores, bottle shops, and have it in restaurants in that particular state. And the 50-page thing that's with Delaware. That's all the two. You only want to do those two things, but it's 50 pages.
There's a whole bunch of
material.
information on there.
That's wow.
And maybe like 10 or 12 pages you gotta fill out.
What's Maryland? How hard was Maryland compared to Delaware? Like,
man, I can give you a whole soapbox on Maryland.
Oh man.
Yeah, I don't want them to flag me. But it took me a while to actually get my wholesaler permit. Because I had to get a whole approved unit to store my beer. Because for Maryland, you have to, once you get your beer, you gotta bring it to your unit. Then after you bring it to your unit, then you can go sell it. You just can't go from the actual place where you make your beer, then go out and sell it.
Why?
But you can self-distribute in Maryland, correct? Is that correct or no?
If you have your wholesaler permit, yes.
Yeah, see, and I think that's where Delaware is. You can't self-distribute in Delaware, so that's probably why it is.
Well,
yeah, because then you got to find a distribution person. You got to find those 2 or 3 people that it's kind of monopoly. Oh man.
Well, if you have your solicitor's permit too, but the thing with that, you work under the brewery who makes your beer. You work under their license. Okay. So you can distribute yourself, but there's more steps that you got to take in order to get your money.
Gotcha.
So I was trying to be able to get my money up front at the same time I can distribute myself instead of trying to do a whole bunch of extra steps.
So so your extra step is just to have that storage unit to go from brewery to the storage unit, and now I can distribute the beer to Virginia, Maryland, and DC at this point. Okay, all right.
So I'm curious, how far up? Because Maryland's a pretty sizable state. So how far up Maryland can you get Black Beauty? And you said it's Maryland, Virginia, and DC area, or so how far up Maryland can you get it?
Oh, so I'm not in Virginia yet. I'm working on it.
Okay.
I'm in Maryland, DC. So in regards to Maryland, I'm as high as what is that like? It's further up than Frederick. I don't recall what the city is all the way up there, but it's very up north of Maryland.
Okay.
And far down as St. Mary's County at the moment.
Okay. Nice. But I guess you can go on the website and find out exactly where.
Yeah. I just updated the location too a couple of days ago.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, because if people are listening, like, yo, I want to try that Saison or the white chocolate stout.
Yeah.
How can I get my hands on it? And just gotta take a trip to Maryland, somewhere in Maryland. But you can go to the website first before you make that trip.
Please do.
Exactly.
Please do.
Where it's at.
And then call your local Maryland bottle shop if they don't have it, and tell them that they need to get it. So they can get in touch with Sheldon. Sheldon need people to get in touch with him too.
Yeah. So people can be like, go call. I do that a lot of places. Sometimes I just call knowing that they don't have it.
Yeah. Like, I've done that several times.
I get a couple people, other people just call too, just because just try to generate at least make awareness of okay, there's another beer out here that I didn't know about. So that's always that
people right
campaign.
There. Yeah, I'm close to Elkton, Maryland, so that's far. Yeah, that's way far from you.
That's over the bridge, right? Or is it like a step over the Delaware line?
Yes. It's literally one step.
Yes.
One step. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I've been over there once.
Yeah, because was it like State Line? State Line is the big one down.
Back in like the 80s and 90s, Delaware, you couldn't buy liquor on Sundays. So anybody that wanted to buy liquor had to go to Maryland. But it wasn't that bad. Like Maryland, our part of Maryland is closer to us than it is to you. So
Mm-hmm.
It was literally like a 15-minute ride.
Yeah.
So
But
now I live close, even closer than that.
Yeah. I'm still. I ain't gonna harp on it again because I think it's just a crazy thing. So, it just like if I've never talked about opening a beer brand, all of a sudden, but so this actually makes it even more phenomenal. Like, so how did your beer get in the hands of EFN on like drink cans? Like, so how did that even happen?
My wife.
Okay. Is she like a marketer? She a marketer publicist? Is that? Or she just
Nah,
like, you know what? I'm gonna get it there.
She just found a way to get there. I don't really recall how she did it, but she did it. After she got in contact with him, then she swung him my way, and then I reached out to him, and then I got his address and I mailed him over there. And yeah.
That's awesome. It was on the desk, and hey, I mean, the Crowns and Hoppers on there, Black Beauty. So it's a good promotional tool. I think you featured it on your web on your IG as well. That it was on there. That's always cool, especially being pretty much a new brand that's coming up, and the fact that people are getting awareness of it. And there's some marketing things. So even if you look at the IG, there's some slick promotional stuff, especially with the t-shirts and stuff like that. Is that your wife too? Is that your wife too? Or is that you? Like, who comes up with that? Those things.
She puts the thought in my head, like, hey, how many t-shirts you got left? This many. You should do another promotion to sell them. I'm like, okay. I got a lot going in my head, so sometimes I overlook these things.
Yeah.
All right, so she puts the battery in your back sometimes.
Basically.
So is it a team of two, or how many of you guys are on your team?
Yeah, it's just us two.
Yeah. Okay.
Or in my distributor.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when you say you got to enter the Virginia market, you're actually driving to the bottle shops and having the meetings and the conversations yourself.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because I don't have a distributor for Virginia, and so I gotta do that myself.
Got it.
That's good stuff. I mean, because it's the fact that it's been. So did you tell exactly when Black Beauty became like an actual brand?
Yeah, because you were winning.
You started to do the home. You started selling the home brew, or when
you started winning awards and stuff like that. So I'm sure that put even more like, oh, I'm gonna start this brewery now.
So you want to know when I actually my business became an actual like company, or like when I like registered it and everything? August 2020.
So that's it. Didn't take.
Hold on. When did you win the homebrew first and thirds?
2020 and 2021. Then I had my actual official with my actual cans and everything, with the warnings and the descriptions and stuff like that on there.
Hold on. Sheldon, slow down.
What?
In February of 2020, you were going to bottle shops to buy beer.
Yeah.
And then has it ever been this fast for you, Rob? Have you ever?
This is a raw
like you see, Sheldon. What you fail to realize is that we've done this a while, and I've never seen anything so amazingly fast and efficient as this. This is pretty cool, man. Like you're doing a really good job. Just wow.
And you said just the two of you and the distributor, and the fact that that you actually said it was February. In August, you were already registered and ready to go.
It's like, yo, I just need to win like one more homebrew and we'll be set. Because I got this.
If I think about it, it's February. Mm-hmm. She might have said, hey, maybe you should start doing it in March, maybe?
March.
April?
He started buying kits in April. May.
You didn't give him. You was like, you know what? You're right. I should, and you just took it off. You just took it the way it went. That's what's up.
And then it's serendipitous because you don't have nothing to do. Like you lost your job, you have all this extra time, so why not? And then with COVID coming right around the corner, it's like I really have a lot of time now. Like I'm so isolated and insulated, I can really focus on and ultimate focus. I'm assuming through those that 6 month period. Wow.
I mean, so even after I lost my job, I got another one in June of 2020, but I still kept this going.
Mm-hmm.
But I was working from home, but so I had
you still have that job? Or
no, I got laid off from that job because of COVID. And I want to say November of that year, and then they just kept me on until I find an actual new job, who I'm still with, for the January of 2021.
So you're on top of being the co-founder and owner of the brewery, you are working a full time.
Yep.
Yeah.
I do IT full time.
IT.
Yeah.
Another one.
Yep. IT. You're not the fifth. You're not the fifth one that's been from IT to brewery. You may be the 38th one.
You would think it'd be a lot more scientists, but I guess it's IT and beer.
Go hand in hand. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but it's a lot of IT professionals.
STEM, I guess it's still a STEM type of thing. So I guess it's all connected. But that's interesting that
we got
IT and beer.
We gotta do a case study or something. That is strange, man.
We need a break after looking at these screens for so long.
Maybe that's it. Yeah. Maybe liquid is the only thing that keeps the screen preserved. I don't know. I'm making shit up. But that is weird. It's so many IT people that was like, IT's for beer drinkers, and there they go. You're not the first one we've interviewed that's said that. That's had that career. Yeah.
Oh.
All right. So let me jump back way back to like when you said you kind of started drinking beer and stuff like in college. So what were you drinking in college? I'm always curious to know what people. I was there because I know it wasn't craft beer because craft beer can be expensive. So what was what was you wetting your beak with back then?
Yeah, and then just say the evolution. Tell the evolution to when you actually started craft beer as well. But what was that first?
Oh man, Budweiser, Natty Light, Miller Light. What's it called? What's that? What is that? The something Steel.
Oh, Steel Reserve.
Yes.
Steel Reserve.
That's
it costs like $1.50 for like 30 ounces in a can. Yes. Beautiful beer. Beautiful beer.
No, your reserve had to be Steel. That's what the rest meant. I'm just joking, Steel Reserve.
Because they definitely still out here. Wasn't it like a 211? It said 211 on the bottle or something.
Yes.
On the can.
Yeah.
Still
like aluminum.
Oh, Steel.
Yeah. I'm like, this weird. Yo, lucky I was college and just cheap.
Like, this beer is $1.50. Look how much beer we get for $1.50. Buy 18 of these.
Right. Like Michelob. Corona. I still drink Corona. That hasn't changed.
Okay.
What else? I can't do Guinness for some reason. I can
never.
You
can never could.
I tried it one time. I just chugged it because I didn't want to waste it. But I can do the Guinness Blonde. I thought it was a actual stout, but I found out that it's a lager. So yeah, but I like it. That's the Guinness that I can drink.
That makes sense. So what you like? That works.
And there's some other beer, some other cheap beers that I just
just was drinking everything in college.
yeah.
Just every Friday, Saturday, whatever other days you preferred.
Yeah,
we're not gonna talk about. Nope. You was just like, give me whatever y'all got. Nice.
What was that beer called? Have like a Red Bull on there or a Blue Bull? You remember? Was that before?
Schlitz?
That was Schlitz.
Is it?
What's the bull's name? Billy D?
I don't
Billy
know how
D
to
beer?
name it. I didn't know how to name, but I
Malt
just knew,
liquor? Schlitz malt liquor?
no, it was actual beer. No, like
I
regular
feel like
beer.
Schlitz malt liquor was in a can. I
It,
don't know.
it was in the
But it had a
bottle
red,
or can, but it had an
had a
actual
Red
like
Bull.
yeah,
Or
like
a
an
Blue
actual
Bull.
Red Bull on there. And then they had another one where it had a Blue Bull on there. Because I would see it growing up in like adult functions or like cookouts and everything. But then when I got older, I'm like, let me try this.
Was
I'm
it
like,
this? Because it has a Red Bull. You can't even tell. It's hard to tell on that one. It's like, yeah, it's hard to tell. But this says it's Red Bull.
it
But
looked
yeah,
like
it
Johnson
says,
C. Smith's logo, but
The
red.
Blue Bull that I'm looking at is definitely Schlitz malt liquor.
Let me
and
see.
this says Schlitz Red Bull.
Hold on.
Maybe.
I can't get a big picture of it. There we go.
God dang it.
That's Schlitz, boy. That's that Billy D. That's that Billy D drunken monkey right there, boy. That shit is wild. Whew. 12 fluid ounces of fire. So you drunk Schlitz malt liquor, or you was tasting your mama was giving you Schlitz malt liquor? Were they selling Schlitz malt liquor to you in college?
For some reason, I feel like it's
you
not.
liked it. You enjoyed it. Is what while you're telling the story.
No, for some reason, I feel like it's not that. I'm just saying that's what I had a couple times during college. Just because I remember the look of it and I've seen it before. I'm like, let me try this before because I was curious, but I didn't do it. But now that I'm older, I'm like, let me go ahead and see if I do like it. But I did not like it at all.
Yeah, I don't think you can't even get this in the store now. You can only get this on eBay.
Yeah, see, I don't think it's that. I'll have to look it up later.
Yeah, you gotta get back to us on this because whew.
I mean,
whew,
to each his own.
To each his own. To each his own.
I don't think
Yeah,
it's that.
I like Still Reserving Mad Dog when I was coming up. So to each his own.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I mean, if you still reserve Schlitz malt liquor, it's not too far off. It's the same,
no.
It's all the.
I just don't remember. I don't remember ever seeing Schlitz when I was in school. That's why I was like, wow.
Let me get my phone. Hold
up. that's my only that's my only thing. I don't judge nobody's tasting anything that they drink. Get yourself twisted on anyway. Just be responsible. But
see, in college it's different because a lot of times that was the main objective.
Yeah, whatever's available. Like I told you, I was drinking purple Mad Dog in some years where I was in college over the age of 21.
Yeah, put that in there.
I just make sure everybody knew I was over 21 when I started drinking in college.
Dang, it was that.
I told you. Shadow was like, I did not drink no Schlitz. I didn't do it. Yes, you did, sir.
you didn't know. Somebody handed it to you. Was like,
it was so good. It was so good. Had a red and a blue bull on it.
Well, there you go. Say, Schlitz ain't too bad. I haven't had a Schlitz in a long time. Maybe I'm gonna go try one.
We gotta go get a Schlitz, man. We gotta split it though. We can't buy it separate. We can't buy this at a separate time. We gotta share this. Next time we see each other, we gotta have a Schlitz on us.
You have a Schlitz and try it.
Yeah, we gotta have a Schlitz and a Still Reserve. We'll do that together.
We'll take a picture and tag Sheldon.
I just my headaches.
You started this. You started it.
But in regards to the craft beer, I started to get heavy with drinking it. I want to say in 2016.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll go to Buffalo Wild Wings and just get different beers, craft beers, and the main one that I did like was Victory Golden Monkey.
Oh, okay.
I believe the ABV on that was like 9%. That's the main reason why I liked it. And like I went to a liquor store like a couple months ago, this random one down probably like in Crofton, and I was looking through their fridges. I was going down there to like sell myself basically in my beer. And when I looked through there, I'm like, they got Golden Monkey in the 16-ounce can. I have never seen that before. I'm coming back.
Wow, that's almost never mind. I was about to say something about Four
That's like a
Loko.
Schlitz.
I was about to say something about Four Loko. I'm like, that's almost Four Loko qualities.
Yeah, but
16 ounces.
I guess if you drink, I mean, some people have that barrel aged joints that they be 16 and they go.
That's true. That's true.
They go hard on them.
And them bottles ain't never 12 ounces. The bottles
Right.
and they be the ones with the high ABVs a lot of the time.
And people be taking them back.
Mhm.
It is.
I want to, Sheldon, do you have a can of the Saison?
Yeah.
Could I see the can art? Who does your can art?
Me.
Oh,
How you doing?
nice, all in house.
Yeah.
So that's the feathers. You got a lot of feathers. That's the feathers, right? Yeah.
Yeah, same thing. It's the same thing as this one with different colors.
So is that going to be the theme of your cans? To keep the birds going on? Yeah, feathers and shit.
Yeah.
What's your favorite bird, bro?
Red-tailed hawk.
I don't know. I'm like, okay, yeah, it sounds good. I mean,
Ever since Animorphs, they're my favorite.
Okay.
I don't even remember that show, the books.
I don't.
Yeah.
I'm a different type of nerd. I don't.
Okay.
Yeah. But respect.
you go bird watching and stuff, Sheldon?
Bird watching, no, but if I'm out like walking or driving and then I see a bird, I would pause just to look at it.
I'm the same. Yeah, that's how I tried to go bird watching. It rained.
I know you had your binoculars or whatever. I know if you had your binoculars out and you're like, oh, there's a be specific. I don't know birds. I mean, that's cool. I mean, the fact that people go out, I mean, we've had people that looked at leaves in Vermont area and birds. Hey, that's cool. But yeah, so that's going to be the ongoing theme in terms of no matter what it is, going to have some type of feathers and stuff like that.
That's dope.
That's cool. Yes, consistency in the brand is always important in terms of people that see it on the shelf, they can identify. Okay, this is Black Beauty's product, so I know I can I know what it is, what's going on.
Yeah.
So after, I guess you've tried a few different things, and you said there was an IPA. And you're gonna make that, you're gonna make the stout seasonal. So are you bringing another one as a flagship, or are you gonna keep the Saison as the flagship beer?
Yeah, Saison is gonna be the flagship one, but it's only gonna be, like I said, seasonal during the spring and the summer months.
Okay, so both of them will be seasonal.
Yeah, I'm gonna rotate them.
Got you. So one at a time right now. When would the IPA be a seasonal as well, or would that be how would that work when that comes out, when it's ready?
So I'm not gonna say it's seasonal. It'll be more like a collaboration to look out for. I guess during like the spring or summer.
Okay.
But it's not gonna be like a ongoing rotational type of thing. It'd be like a whole bam, here it is. Get it while it's hot.
And it's gone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So in that respect, we'll have the Saison in the hotter months, and we have the stout in the winter months, and then you'll throw out the IPAs or any other styles you have as just your one-offs. Is that how they will go? Okay. All right. That's different. I like that.
Yeah, told you. Everything I do is different.
Yeah. You have two going on, but one at a time, and then you always have something in a rotation. Yeah. What would anything make you bring that IPA back, or when you bring an IPA, would it be a different recipe?
It'll be a different recipe.
It would always be a different. So it's always going. The one off is definitely one off. It can't be like, what if it like sells out in like an hour? Like, I gotta bring this back. It's so fat. It was such a good. It's still never going to come back.
I wouldn't say never. It all depends on how well it does in that period of time.
Never say never.
Yeah. How many recipes you got in your book?
Oh man. Oh shit, I forgot. Yeah, I used to make a hard cider too. A lot. Yeah.
How big's your house, man? Where's all this stuff going?
In my basement, where I am right now. This is my office / basement / kiddie learning area. Because COVID was a lot. I had to do a lot in one space.
Yeah, for sure.
But I guess between beer and ciders, I want to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I want to say about 20. Yeah.
So you got something that you can drop on. I'm like, here we go.
Yeah, here you go.
Yeah, I got options.
That's awesome. That's man, listen.
And like I said, they're all different.
Yeah. Outside the box thinking is dope.
You got a pumpkin beer in there? You got a pumpkin beer in your recipe kit? I'm just curious.
Yes. No, Sheldon, you keep coming through, man. Your answers are awesome, bro. Keep that whole energy.
People love pumpkin beers.
They do, but he's not doing what people. He's doing what people going to love.
But no, yeah, people ain't gonna love a squash beer. They don't want that.
You don't know that. You don't know that. If he let them know that pumpkin is squash, then they may. You never know.
You know, like this, it's 2 gourds. How they gonna know?
Right. Yeah. This is 2 gourds. That should be the name of the beer. Okay. 2 gourds.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yep, you're welcome. You're so very welcome, man. Well, please put the check in the mail.
You gotta taste it first. You ready, right?
Right.
You gotta find the right gourds. You gotta find the right gourds.
Man, it tastes like dirt.
Right. The wrong earth. That's the wrong type of earth.
2 gourds no one wants. That's
a good name though. 2 gourds.
Yeah. I'll be looking out for the name when it comes out. Would you ever how you have your one-offs? Would there ever be another stout or a saison that will come out of the one-offs?
So I haven't thought of making a different saison or stout, to be honest with you.
Good.
No, for saison, no. For a stout, as a one-off, I thought about it maybe like 2 or 3 times. For people who actually like chocolate,
dark stouts and stuff.
Yeah, because I love white chocolate. That's why I made this one. But at the same time, I like brownies, so I love brownie flavored stouts too. So I'm like, maybe.
Yeah, I like brownies too.
Yeah, me too. I like I know I would like a brownie stout. Back to the question you never answered. How many recipes you got in your book?
I answered that. I said like 20, around 20. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought that was something.
I said that's when I asked him. It was one of them the pumpkin.
Yeah. And when he was counting, it did, because when you were counting, I was thinking you were counting in your basement like how many. I really thought you had 20 different things going at this moment in time. Don't worry about it. Yeah, so that made me feel so much. That makes me feel so much better about your basement.
Yeah, well, his wife encouraged it, but she didn't encourage that.
Right.
Yeah, go home. Yeah. Now you wilding out here, son. You got 20 beers brewing.
I didn't know. I was sorry, man. He said, and he had started off with a lot happened during COVID, and then I had asked 2 questions at the time, so
got a lot going on at once.
I did. I was all over the place.
Yeah, so did I ask in terms of, so you have these 2 beers? I guess in future state, Black Beauty, like where do you see it? Do you see just 2 seasonal beers going forward, or do you look to have like 3 to 4 flagship beers that are going to be in all rotations throughout the year?
Ideally, yeah. I would want to have 4 throughout the whole year.
Okay.
Like we discussed, like I started out like straight out the gate. So at the moment, I can only do these 2 for right now until I can expand more.
I got you. Cool. Yeah, because it's like you said, it's a two person venture, so you can't go. You want to make sure you hone in and get this right as possible before you go too crazy.
Technically, I was in the market for only it'll be a year in October. Yeah.
Okay.
Now was this year, you like I said, you were at the Barrel and Flow festival. Was this your first year going to Barrel and Flow?
Yep.
First year in general, or just first year pouring?
My first year in general.
Oh, okay.
Oh, congratulations.
So you didn't just didn't go. You said we coming in hot,
you
just like anything.
Yeah.
Man, they got initiated in a different way. That Bear on Flow, the rain.
Yeah, that was the
And
first time
look,
it ever rained. Yep.
Yeah, just my luck.
Yeah. Was this your first festival?
No, this is my second festival.
Second one, okay.
Yeah, but the line when I pulled up on the line was pretty significant. So I was like, I wanted to try the other beer, but I was like, I can't stand in the line again. I gotta go.
Gotta keep moving.
The line too long.
Didn't get enough pours anyway. So lines was a hard option to go to. But to have a line, if you're the actual brewer pouring, to have a line is a blessing for sure.
Right.
Cause I was surprised because in that little half circle I was in, I'm like, what? That put me over here. But I'm like, it's cool. I'm new. I get it. And then as more people started coming, I'm looking around. I'm like, geez, all right.
Yeah.
I'm with it. Come on.
It's really no bad spot to get put in. Like once the people start coming in, before it starts, you may like, and then once it starts, you're like, oh, my beer is, people like my beer. That's how you can tell. When the line never stops until you're done. Like, yeah, I did good. I did good today. And you did good, Sheldon. Except for the rain. Except you brought the rain. Because if you was never, I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
He brought the rain.
It never rains in Pittsburgh. That's what I heard.
I just realized, and again, it wasn't even a collab. You brought your two beers that you've been producing. Yeah. You didn't even collab with some of the local breweries. Like some people bring like their beers as well as a collab, or if you return next year, are you planning to trying to do some collabs as well, or do you do more? Have you done collabs?
I have not done a collab.
Okay.
Yeah, I just didn't have the time to make that trip up there because I got a lot of other things I gotta do, so I didn't have the time to drive 55.5 hours up to Pittsburgh, make it, then drive back,
and then come again. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, how about locally? Have you thought about or had some people say, hey, we should collab on something? Like, has that been in the works or something like that? Maybe coming out soon.
Yeah, stay tuned. I told you, stay tuned.
Stay tuned. You don't want to break no news? No,
sometimes they like to. You never know.
Yeah, we break a lot of news here, so you never know. People like to break news. Some people like.
So it's in the works, but it's not official. But
I got you.
Yeah.
And only time they break the news is when it's official. So if it's in the works, you keep that to yourself. Keep building, brother.
The ink dried on a deal, and they just haven't announced it yet, but it is already done. But this is more like it's still in negotiations, I guess.
Basically, and trying to.
Good luck, man.
Solidify an actual recipe. Yeah, thank you.
Mm-hmm. You're welcome.
So I guess if people are in the I guess if they haven't made it to the liquor stores or where you're distributing that, are there, besides you did Barrel and Flow, are there other ones that are coming up, other beer festivals that you are doing this year or soon, or is there other places that people can find you? I don't know if you're doing like some porn events or tasting events or stuff like that, things like that coming up.
So the next one I got going on, it's in Maryland. It's called it's over at Creative Suitland. It's in Suitland, Maryland.
Okay.
It's going to be this Friday. Wait, this is Sunday. Yeah, this Friday, in Suitland, Maryland. It's from 7 to 9 p.m.
Tell the actual date, because people will be listening at all different times.
That'll be September 8th.
Cool.
In Suitland, Maryland. And it'll be from 7 to 9 p.m.
And you're pouring both, or just?
I'll be pouring both. Yeah.
Nice.
I'll be the only beer person there.
Awesome. Yeah.
It's pretty like a 90s block party.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's cool. All right. You got any more questions for Sheldon?
I only have one more question. It's not beer related at all. Two questions? I'm sorry. Are you from Maryland, Sheldon?
Yeah, I was born and raised in DC and Maryland.
Second question: How did you get that Raiders
I
logo?
knew that was the question. I knew that question. I knew it was.
It was so serendipitous. I told Rob, I said, "Yo, you gotta play the NFL music in the to intro us today because it's the beginning of the season." And then for us to come on and you to have that's the only thing you got showing. Like you got your shirt on with your logo and you got your logo in the back. So what's up, man? What's going? How does a East Coast man become Oakland, Los Angeles, Las Vegas Raiders fan?
I still don't approve that move. But I've been a fan of them since 2000. And no, I lied. No, yeah, since 2000.
Like that's the Jamarcus Russell era.
Yeah, he was a flop, but it's fine.
Jeff Oshetler. No, who? Oh, Rich Gannon. Rich Gannon, home team.
But I'm still upset that the fact that they lost against Tampa Bay.
Yeah,
that made no sense whatsoever.
That should have been the Philadelphia Eagles Super Bowl. By the way, both of y'all should have lost. But you know. But yeah, y'all. That was tough losing it to Gruden too. Y'all lost to y'all original coach.
Yeah, no. Then he came back and just ruined everything.
Yeah, man, racism is terrible.
Yeah, we know racism is terrible.
I mean, it tried to ruin the whole franchise. Set them back for a year.
Redskins, now the Commanders.
Them too.
Now the Commanders mascot is a pig.
Yeah, that's weird.
I feel like wasn't always a pig. Hasn't always been?
That's part of their like they had people dressed up like pigs.
Because of the back in the 80s when Doug Williams was the coach, they used to call their front line like pigs or something like that. So they were like, I think that's where it came from.
Okay. But it's a Commodore is the name of the mascot, and they got pigs as the actual mascot.
Commodores?
I don't know.
Commanders.
I'll never call them the real correct name. Never.
Yeah, Commanders. Yeah, their mascot is. It came out this year.
Mascot is Lionel Richie. What you
Commodore. That would be awesome if Lionel Richie was there. It came out there and sung every once in a while. He should sing like every fourth home game. He should sing the national anthem. Commodore it up, or they should actually ask another Commodore, the ones that we don't know. They should come out and start singing.
That'd be easy because I don't know any of them except for I wouldn't know if they were. They could bring anybody out there and say from the Commodores. If it ain't Lionel Richie, I don't know who it is. And he wasn't even the leader of the band at that point, so I don't even know.
Yeah, he just sung and wrote some of the songs.
Yeah, so. Sorry, my man, whoever started Commodore. I think it's like Billy something. I think. That could be.
You better know more than me. Yeah, I was about to say, I would have called him any type of, I would have called him Lionel too.
I'm lying. I'm guessing.
There's two Lionels that did it. Maurice. His name Maurice?
That sounds good.
No, I think he started Earth, Wind, and Fire.
That sounded like yes.
Yeah, that was.
The one with the line right back here. Yes, that's
He was not giving up. He was holding on tight.
His confidence was a lot higher than mine.
Yeah, he's like, I'm only 24. This hairline gotta be where it's gonna be.
Mm-hmm. I knew you were going to ask that question about the Raiders sound when I first saw it. So I was like, I'm not even going to ask the question.
Yeah, I was waiting until the end. I was waiting until the end. It's so weird when it's not weird. It's just interesting that when people start rooting for people. What made you though early 2002? Like what made you just become a fan? Were you just a young kid, or like
were
just good? They were just good at the time.
Yeah, They were good at the time. I was a young kid. I just stuck with them, even though they were sucking a lot. I was like, you know what? I'm cool. We're gonna stay with the Raiders.
Right.
I mean, when they started sucking, you could have jumped over to the Ravens.
I'm not a bandwagon person.
No one would have known. No one would have known.
Nah, they was winning too. They was winning. No one would have been to watch it.
He was like, "What? I'm from the DMV. What? It's natural."
Nope. No Commanders, no Washington.
Yeah, there you go.
Ravens.
There you go. Stick to your guns. One day they'll be in the playoffs, man.
One day. See, look, they were I want to say maybe like 5 years ago, I think.
Yeah, one day soon. We've been doing a podcast for about 5 years.
Well, they got what's my man name? The quarterback now.
I forgot his name. He's straight from
Garofalo.
Garofalo. Yeah, Garofalo. It's not. Is it Garofalo?
I don't spell G.
Yeah,
it's Jimmy.
Right.
Jimmy, the first name.
Garoppolo. Yeah, something like that.
It's like
Jimmy G. Jimmy G. I don't know.
That sounds fun. That's good. That's good.
Is he the starter? I'm thinking he is the starter.
Yeah.
Right?
He replaced
Derek Carr.
Yeah, and Carr's in New Orleans.
Yeah. Shout out to Drew Brees Part 2, baby. I don't know if that's gonna happen. Derek Carr was actually a side. When I had him as my first year, I had him on my fantasy team. Money.
Yo, so the end of one season, they were really good, and he broke his leg at like the last game of the season. Yeah. Ever since then, Derek Carr been like on the fence. Like when it was 3rd and 10, he threw that ball out of bounds like it was 2nd and 10. I was like, oh, it's over. You can't put the ball away on 3rd and 10. What you doing?
Yeah, but if at the end of the season, we already in the playoffs for the fantasy football. So hey, he won me some good games back.
Yeah, he may have won you your league that year. Like he was playing that well. Yeah, but that week 16, week 17, he broke his ankle and it was never the same, man.
Yeah, but he
played better than his brother though. He had a better career than his brother.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Well, the Texans did his brother dirty because
they definitely look, man.
No one playing off at the line.
They didn't care about their offensive line until like year 6. You said you was out there brother. Just whiffing.
They just picked somebody up. Anybody? Are you a big guy? It was like I don't know if y'all saw BS High School, the documentary. It was like that. Well, it was a fake high school that played against like a big high school in IMG. I guess it is IMG Academy.
Oh, I remember that was a true story, right?
Yeah. They were terrible.
How they get that schedule?
Oh, it's a long story. It was a good story. If you got Max or HBO, check out that BS High School documentary because my man was. He was something. All right. Any other questions? Because we going off the road.
Yeah. Man. Shout out to the real birds, America's birds, the Eagles. Yes.
Yeah. The fact that you love birds and you don't root for a bird.
And it's so many birds in the league too.
You got Cardinals, you got
Ravens, the Eagles,
the Raiders,
Falcons.
I would lean towards the Lions and the Falcons. I was good on the Eagles and the Cardinals, the same block, but it was more
you can never be good on the Eagles. You gotta always.
I am 100% good on the Eagles.
It's enough goodness to go around.
That's a mistake. Yes,
that's where you went wrong, buddy. This beer's good.
Yeah, beer's good. You make some good decisions. Before we go, we always like to. Well, once again, we want to thank.
Appreciate you, brother.
From Black Brew for coming on the podcast.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure getting to know about Black Beauty and how you got into how you went from Schlitz Malt Liquor to Saison. I think that's going to be the name of the show.
From Schlitz to Saisons, man.
That's actually what it was. Good Lord.
Oh man, from the Red Bull to Blood Orange. Like, sheesh. Schlitz to Saison is a great name for this episode.
Yeah,
bring that up. That was great, Rob. That's awesome. 216.
216. Well, before we go, we always like to know how people can find you on these World Wide Webs, these social medias. So how can they find all about more about Black Beauty, where they can find it and all that good stuff?
So the website is blackbeautybrewery.net. On Instagram and Facebook and Untapped is Black Beauty Brewery.
All right. Lou?
My name is Lou Belgium. I am on them Instagrams.
All right. And you can find Bruising Banter Podcast on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Bruising Banter or X. And I keep on saying I can't get Twitter out of my
It's
head
Twitter,
now.
bro. It's Twitter until they tell you a cease and desist.
They
So
already
they
told me
send-
it's X. Oh, you mean tell me personally that?
Yeah, I'm about to say you got a letter in the mail. When you get a letter in the mail telling you to be quiet,
Musk gets you.
yeah, if Elon Musk ain't after us yet, we keep saying that thing. It's Twitter, brother.
All right, formerly known as Twitter.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, you go to the podcast, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, anywhere you listen to podcasts. You can even say, Alexa, play Bruising Banter Podcast because we are on Amazon Music as well. And during iHeart, like I said, everywhere. You can also go to www.bruisingbanter.com and find out all that information as well as if you wanted to buy merch like this. There it is, Bruising Banter Podcast. Bang, bang. If you want to follow me, Rob Stay Bruising. There it is on IG. Bing, 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 bing. Shout out to 30 I am 302 Yoda.
He's on them
Instagrams.
Instagrams.
My brother. He is on Instagrams. And I think that's it. And once again, we want to thank Sheldon from Black
Thank you, Sheldon.
Beauty Brewery for coming through the podcast.
Yeah.
Until next time,
have a good week, everyone.
Peace.
I don't want to talk. Pick it all up. Pick it all up. Throw that